Hey everybody, it's your boy Prunk, and today we are going to play D&D. And I'm going to have ChatGPT be my dungeon master. After some testing, I think it could do a good job, and let's check out the story that can unfold with ChatGPT DMing me the entire time. I'm lonely, I don't have any friends, so I think this will be a fun way for me to play one of my favorite games. Let's see, one of the main things I've always wanted to do is a gnome barbarian. Gnome Lyeth is going to be the dude. He is going to be a mighty gnome warrior. Everyone else is a bunch of nerds around him, and he gets frustrated, so he is off to seek out his own path. He does not like technology whatsoever, and so I think that's going to be a cool little story for him. The rock gnome, I think, fits him quite well as his constitution. What is it? Tinkerer, choose raise. What's the. Oop, I don't need that. I don't need Artificer. Arachnome. Constitution by 1. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. So it gives him +2 intelligence. Not that we're going to use that stat whatsoever as a barbarian, but it's good that he's going to be smart enough to kind of talk as, like, should have a little bit of intelligence. He's a gnome. And we are playing with 5e. We are going to do barbarian, add a class. Starting at level 1, I'm going to be by myself, so it's probably dangerous. Let's start at level. Nah, screw it. Let's start at level 1. Let's see. Gnomes. I think athletics. Let's say he was a bit of a jock, and I don't think he's very intimidating, being so small. Nature might be okay. Perception might be okay. Survival might be okay. Let's do animal handling though. I think he could have a good bond with some animals, and if I can befriend some little guys, that'd be cool. And let's see. Stat generation standard array. So he is going to. I think I'm going to make him a more of a dex build. I don't know how well that'll work, but I think that is better. And we'll put his con at 13. Oh wait, no, he has +2 in the modifiers. So wait, oh no, racial bonus +1. Okay, so yeah, that gives us a nice even number. Dex would be that. We can do strength at 14, just so it's not complete dump. Intelligence, I'm just gonna put it an 8. I think charisma, we can do that, so we can hopefully talk our way into some situations. Since we are gonna be solo, I don't want to fight everything if I don't have to. And we can work on him becoming intimidating. I think the athletic background, let's say he was a jock among the gnomes, just being a professional athlete. Let's see, he's probably dealt with some goblins. I think that would be a strong. I think that's gonna be a strong race speak. I would probably say like either that or like dwarf, but I think goblin I think would be kind of cool. Let's see. I don't. Let's see personality traits. Let's just randomize some of these. Okay, yeah, do. Ideals, we'll randomize that. We'll randomize a bond, and we'll randomize a flaw. I'll do absolute anything to win. That sounds like him. I like that already. Cool. Equipment. Let's see. I really do want to. Does he have a shield option? I want to give him a shield. We're going to do short sword, and instead of taking any of these, I'm just going to ask my DM if it's okay if I start with a shield instead. I'm sure it'll be fine, so I'm not going to take that. All right, I can start with gold, so there we go. Starting gold. Y'all witnesses this. Add starting gold. Randomize 2d4 times 10. At starting gold. What's going on? Yeah, choosing gold. Randomize. Oh, there we go. 80 gold. Okay, that's cool. And let's view our character sheet for No Lyeth. And okay, cool. So we have 80 gold to spend. Let's go into our inventory. We are going to add some items, manage inventory. I realistically want a short sword. We just need a short sword +1. No, not +1. Short sword, because he is a dex based gnome. And then we are going to go with a shield. Oh, I have to check how much that short sword cost. 10 gold. Okay, so 10 and then shield. Oop. And that cost me 10 gold, so I'm down to 60. And let's just get some basic adventuring fun. So adventurers kit, what is it? Explorers pack. Yeah, that's what I want. How much is that? Another 10 gold. Okay. Give us some basic stuff. We got shield, we got sword. That's 10 more gold. And let's see, what else could we use? Probably something for range. I am dex based, so I could use some more equip or ranged weapons. So let's do a crossbow. We have to do a light because I think that I got to carry this thing around. So crossbow, light. I am not going to track ammunition. I don't make my players do it in D&D. So I'm going to put that in my equipment. And that's 25 gold pieces. Okay, now I'm starting to get a little light. And okay. I think this is all I actually need at the moment before I start. This is looking decent. I have +4 to hit on a lot of stuff. I can go short. I'm going dexterity or strength. Ideally, I kind of want his pop like the story. I want him to be able to get like gauntlets of ogre strength. Like I want him to want to be strong and mighty, and nobody be able to push him around. So I think this is going to be a good flow. I could probably have done like the other gnome. This is a rock gnome. Because if actually, you know what? Let's change him one last time. If we're going to kind of min-max this a little bit, I think that instead of him being a rock gnome, he should be a what's the other gnome? Forest gnome, because they get +1 in Dex instead. There we go. I like this, and then because of that, let's go back to our sheet. Oh shoot, I gotta go to my dexterity is plus this, and I can change my strength to we'll flip strength and constitution. And boom. Okay, now I have a +5 to hit instead. So I think that's well worth it right there. So yeah, 13, 3 +3 to Dex, +2 to Con. Okay, yeah, we are playing solo, so we're gonna want to try and min-max this a little bit. And let's talk to ChatGPT then. Let's see what we need to do. All right, let's see if we can get this. So ChatGPT, hey, would you mind being my dungeon master for a game of D&D 5e? Hello, as a name, I can assist you with rules and mechanics. However, I am not able to perform the duties of traditional dungeon master as I lack the to help you answer questions. So how may I assist you? I would like to play you to be a dungeon master for D&D 5e. I'm sorry, but anything I can... What? We did it earlier. Okay, 1 second. There we go. Okay. I would like you to create an adventure using traditional D&D tropes that we can interact and play together. Certainly. Let's begin by turning a few details of the adventure. First, type of settings. Do you prefer classic high fantasy setting or more gritty, realistic one? Or something different? Second, what kind of adventure would you like to embark on? Do you prefer Dragon Call, classic quest to retrieve a particle artifact, or something more open-ended? Finally, how many players will be participating? Appropriate challenge level. Okay. So let's do a high fantasy setting to retrieve a powerful artifact. I am playing alone at level 1, creating a gnome barbarian named Gnome Lyeth. Great, here's an adventure we can try. No Liam, but high-end fantasy. The adventure. No Liam's village is in a dire need of help. A powerful artifact that has been safeguarded for generations has gone missing, and the villagers fear it may have fallen into the hands of a group of bandits who've been terrorizing the nearby countryside. As a gnome barbarian known for your formidable strength and battle prowess, you are the perfect candidate to retrieve the artifact and return safely to your village. After gathering supplies and setting out on the road, Nomliath comes across a small hamlet of farmers who have been forced to pay tribute to a group of bandits that have taken up residence in a nearby ruined castle. The farmers plead for help and offer information that may lead to location of the missing artifact. Nomliath sets out towards the castle, but soon realizes that the bandits have fortified themselves in the castle walls. The only way to retrieve the artifact is to infiltrate the castle and defeat the bandit leader who is in possession of the artifact. On arriving at the castle, Nomliath must navigate through the winding corridors, avoid traps, and solve puzzles to make their way to the bandits' chambers. Upon reaching the leader, Nomliath will have to defeat them in battle to retrieve the artifact. Once the artifact is in hand, Nomliath must make their way back to the village. The journey back is filled with danger, and the bandits and their allies attempt to stop Nomliath. Upon returning to the village, Nomliath will be greeted as a hero. That sounds perfect. That is a good plot hook. That is better than some plot hooks and everything else that I have seen from like just normal like DMs. This is good. I'm excited. That sounds great. I would love to start the adventure. Where does the story begin? We can begin the adventure in Nomia's building. As a gnome barbarian, you hail from a small, tight-knit community nestled in a lush valley surrounded by a dense forest. The village is known for its skilled artisans and farmers who produce some of the finest goods in the region. You can start the adventure by describing how Nomia receives word that the artifact has gone missing and how the villagers turn to you as their hope for retrieving it. Also describe how you prepare for the journey, gathering supplies, and set out on the road towards the hamlets of blah blah. You can describe the scenery around the village as well, but perhaps, okay, it's kind of having me do a little bit more of the work. Let's see. All right, hearing that the village is in an uproar after losing the artifact, Gnome Lyeth will go to the last place known. Last place, the artifact was found and ask around for any leads on who could have done something so horrible. As you make your way through the village, you see that many of the villagers gathered in small groups discussing the disappearance of the artifact. You overhear whispers, rumors, and suggesting that the artifact was stolen by outsiders, while others suspect an inside job. You make your way to the last known location of the artifact, which is a small shrine dedicated to your village's patron deity. The shrine is located on the outskirts of the village, on the edge of the forest. As you approach the shrine, you notice that the door has been forced open from the interior, and the interior has been ransacked. You begin to ask around and gather information from the villagers who were present. A few villagers mention that they saw a group of strangers in the village a few days before the artifact disappeared. They described the strangers as rough-looking, with dirty clothes and weapons, and some of them strange tattoos on their arms. One of the older villagers, a wise woman named Elenid, tells that she believes these strangers may be part of a notorious bandit gang, has been causing trouble in the region. So he suggests that you may be able to find some more information by talking to the farmers in the nearby hamlet, who have been particularly hard hit by the bandits. Whew, reading's hard. With this information in hand, you gather your supplies and set out on the road towards the hamlet. As you walk, you can't help but feel a sense of unease, knowing the danger is the road ahead. I gather supplies, buying a sword, shield, crossbow, and an explorer's pack from local shops. This is my moment where I can become the hero I am destined to be. You make your way to the local shops in the village and purchase a sturdy sword, a trusty shield, and a reliable crossbow. As you strap your new gear onto your back, you sense of excitement and determination. You know that this journey will be dangerous, but you are determined to become the hero that your village needs. You set out on the road towards the hamlet, eager to face whatever challenges ahead. The road winds through dense forests and rolling hills, and you encounter a few travelers along the way. After several hours of travel, you come across a small hamlet in the villages mentioned. The hamlet is made up by dozens of small houses surrounded by fields and wheat and barley. As you approach the hamlet, you notice that many of the fields have been left uncultivated, and some of the houses have been abandoned. The villagers here seem to be living in fear, and the air is filled with the atmosphere of tension and apprehension. You approach and one of the farmers, who seemed to be going around his daily business. He greets you warily, eyeing your weapons and gear with suspicion. You explain that you are here to help, and that you have been sent by your village to retrieve a powerful artifact that has been stolen. The farmer looks at you skeptically, but eventually relents. He tells you that the bandits have taken up residency in a nearby ruined castle. They demand tributes from the hamlet in exchange for protection. He warns you that the bandits are dangerous and well armed, and that many have fallen to their swords. You thank the farmer for his information and set towards the ruined castle, determined to bring back the artifacts. Let's see. I will head through the forest, watching for any ambushes. Or yeah, I'm probably more naive. Let's see. So uh, forest, heading to the castle. You make your way through the dense forest of trees, providing cover as you approach the ruined castle. You see turrets and walls of the skies looming ahead of you, dark silhouettes against the bright sky. As you draw closer to the castle, you notice there are several bandits patrolling the walls and ramparts. They are heavily armed and armored, and they look like they mean business. You know that you'll need to be careful and use your wits to go past the bandits to retrieve the artifact. You take a deep breath, ready for yourself, and begin to plan your approach. You could try to sneak your way through the forest and approach the castle from the rear, or alternatively, to create a distraction. Alternatively, you can try and bluff your way into the castle, pretending to be a lost recruit or a new recruit for the bandits. Ooh. Whatever your approach, you know that your success of your mission depends deeply on your think to adapt and defeat. You take a moment to steel your nerves and ready yourself for the upcoming challenge. Then you set off towards the castle. Seeing the castle, to shout up towards any guards. Glory and money. I hear they are looking for new recruits. You approach the carriage. It's where you see the few bandits standing guard. They look at you suspiciously as you call up to them, announcing your presence. One of the bandits steps forward and asks the business you have to cancel. You respond by telling them you're seeking glory and money, and that they've heard you're looking for new recruits. The bandit eyes you up and down, clearly skeptical of your story, but he seems to consider it for a moment before nodding to his companion and gesturing you to enter. Take a deep breath, step inside the castles, and you can feel the eyes of bandits on you make your way through them. But you try to keep your head held high and maintain a confident demeanor as you move deeper into the castle. You begin to see more and more of the bandits. They eye you warily, but seem to be too busy with their own tasks to pay you attention. You eventually come across a large door that seems to be led deeper into the castle. Two heavily armored bandits stand guard outside, eyeing you suspiciously as you approach. You try to maintain your facade, pretending that you belong here. You tell the guards that you've come to see the leader of the bandits. The guards exchange a look, and then one of them nods and opens the door for you. As you step inside, you find yourself in a large hall filled with bandits in all shapes and sizes. They eye you with interest and curiosity, but no one seems to be challenging your presence. At the far end of the hall, you see a raised dice. Yeah, gotta love when your headset dies. Now I got this cord choking me again. Anyway, you try to maintain your facade, pretending you belong there. The guards exchange a look, and then one of them nods and opens the door for you. As you step inside, you see a large hall filled with bandits in all shapes and sizes. They eye you with interest and curiosity. At the far end of the hall, you see a raised dais, and on it sits the leader of the bandits. He's a larger man with a thick beard and piercing eyes. He then looks like he's in a fair share of battles. He looks at you with a mixture of amusement and suspicion and asks what brings you to his castle. Takes a deep breath and make your case. I am here seeking out a new life. I wish to earn gold and live a life of adventure. I am very new to this, but I have heard tales of your many adventures and wish to become your apprentice. The bandit leader looks at you up and down, his piercing gaze seeming to read your every thought. He strokes his beard thoughtfully to seem to consider your request for a moment before responding. You seek adventure, eh? Well, you've certainly come to the right place, he says with a chuckle. But let me warn you, life here isn't for the faint of heart. We're a rough and tumble lot, and we don't take kindly to weaklings. He pauses for a moment, studying your reaction before continuing. But perhaps you have potential. I could use a fresh face around here. Someone who can think on their feet and handle themselves in a fight. If you're willing to prove yourself to me, I might be willing to take you on as my apprentice. He leans back in his throne, folding his arms across his chest. So what do you say? Are you up for the challenge? Show me what you're made of, and we'll see what it has to take up to join the ranks of my bandits. So, just my thought process here. I'm not going to be able to take... I know. No, Myath isn't a dumbass. He's not going to be able to take on this entire thing, and I think he thought there's more... He didn't realize there would be this many bandits in a fortified location. So, thinking on his feet, he is going to try and earn their trust, find the relic, steal it from them, and make my way out of the town. I don't think I can kill them all, but I definitely think I can outsmart them all. So let's see what we can do. This is a little out of ordinary for a gnome barbarian for sure. I would like to get into some kind of fight, but let's see. What is this test you wish for me to partake? I can take on any man one on one. The bandit leader looks at you, raised eyebrow. Any man, you say? Well, that's quite a boast, he says with a smirk, but I am not interested in a simple one-to-one fight. That would prove nothing. He leans forward, his eyes narrowing. No, I want you to prove yourself to me. You'll have to complete a task that will show me of your courage, your cunning, and your ability to work with others. He pauses for a moment, as if considering. I have a proposition for you. There's a nearby town that has been causing us some trouble. They've been raiding our supplies and harassing our scouts. We need someone to go in there and stop it. He leans back in his throne, studying you carefully. If you can do that for me, I'll consider taking you on as an apprentice. What do you say, Gnome Lyeth? Are you up for the challenge? So I need to go stop a group of rebels to this bandit keep if I want to try and earn his trust. That is not very... Oh, okay. How do I play this along? I can put... Let's see. I can put an end to these raids. Absolutely. In fact, I will bring those... let's see. Raiders to justice as your new... I don't like the word slave. Let's go playthings. Is your new... No, let's see. New unvolunteered. That's your new work. Wait, okay, hold on. In fact, I'll bring those raiders to justice and capture them as prisoners. There we go. The bandit leader nods, a faint smile on his lips. Look, good, I like your spirit, Gnome Lyeth, but I don't want to underestimate these raiders. They're a tough bunch. They won't go down without a fight. He rises his throne to you, his eyes locked into yours. You'll need to be smart about this. Gather information, scout out their camp, and plan your attack carefully. And remember, I want them alive if possible. We can always use more prisoners. He reaches out with clasps your hand in a firm grip. Go, Gnome Lyeth, bring me the leader's head, and I'll take you under my wing. Okay. So, if I can go and bring them to this fortress, I think we could have a chance of fighting off these bandits. Let's see how we go. I will ask for any extra supplies to be spared. The bandit leader considers your request for a moment before night. Very well, Gnome Lyeth. I have some supplies gathered for you, but keep in mind, we are not a charity. Those supplies will be deducted from your pay if you're successful. Oh, that's cool. I like it. He motions to one of his underlings. Fetch some rations, water, and spare weapons that we have laying around. Make it quick. Man scurries off to do what he's told. When he turns back, you will also need a map of the area. One of our scouts can provide that for you. If you have any advice, and if you need any advice or assistance, feel free to come back and talk to me. I will not want to turn down a willing learner. Okay. He gives you a nod of dismissal, and you take your leave, ready to begin your quest to stop the raiders and win favor of the bandits' leader. Okay. Alright. Before leaving, I'm going to look around to see if I can find the the artifact I was told is in the castle. You take a quick look around the bandit leader castle, scanning the rooms and hallways for any sign of the artifacts you seek. Unfortunately, you don't see any evidence of its presence. It is possible that the bandits have already taken it, or that it was never here to begin with. But regardless, you know that your primary mission is to stop the raiders and prove your worth to the bandit leader. With a determined nod, you leave the castle and head towards the nearby town, ready to begin your mission. Interesting. Okay. It's possible the bandit's already taken it or is never here to begin with. Okay. That is a interesting line of dialogue. I think that our next step. Let's see. Because I think I have a feeling that these raiders are legit just townsfolk. That's what would make sense to me, as they have been raiding. These guys have been the ones raiding. Do I have that the raiders are basic townsfolk or a rival gang? All right, let's see. Are folk rebelling bandits? Ooh, it's thinking. Okay. As you make your way through the towns, you keep an eye and ears open to any information that might help in your mission. You soon pick up rumors and whispers from among the people you encounter. It seems like the raiders are not townsfolk rebelling from against the bandits, but rather a rival gang seeking to take control of the area. They've been attacking the town and its surrounding villages, stealing food, supplies, and valuables. The town guard has been unable to stop them, and the bandit leader sees this as an opportunity to prove his strength and dominance. If he can stop the raiders and bring them to justice, he'll gain more respect and power in the region. Town guard. Okay. You continue on your way, determining to gather more information and stop the raiders. Okay. So these are not just townsfolk. So I don't feel bad if I have to kill him because I can get the favor of this guy, and I feel like he is still probably the best to. He's probably still the best to. He's the best lead I have. So I think appeasing him, and if we kill these guys, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. I will head to the town's guard and talk to them about these raiders and see if they can offer assistance in setting up a trap. Assistance in setting up. Make your way town to guard, and you are stationed at a small outpost at the edge of the town. The guards seem wary of you first, given your association with the bandits. I just met them, but manage to convince them of your intentions. They tell you that the raiders have been attacking from the north, using the cover of nearby forests to launch surprise attacks. The guards have been trying to set up traps in the ambushes, but the raiders are too skilled and always seem to slip away. You suggest that the bandits could provide a distraction, drawing the raiders out into the open while the guards set up an ambush. The guards are hesitant at first, but they eventually agree that it might be worth a try. You head back to the bandit leader's castle to pitch them the idea. And he seems impressed with your initiative and agrees to send some of his men to stage a fake raid onto the town, hoping to lure the raiders out in the open. While the plan in motion, you and guards work together to set up an ambush in the forest, using the fallen trees and other natural obstacles to create a bottleneck and the raiders have passed through. As night falls, you await nervously, helping the plan out, and finally you hear the sounds of approaching sound. I tell the guards to release the traps. I have the guards, let's see, hold on. Ready the traps and grab my sword, ready to charge in to attack any that don't get trapped. Tightly, heart racing as the sound of footsteps grows louder. The guards stand ready at their positions, hiding in the trees under bush, waiting for the signal to spring the trap. As the raiders emerge from the forest, they let out a war cry and charge towards the town, eager to plunder its riches. But the excitement is short-lived as they suddenly find themselves caught in the barrage of arrows, crossbow bolts, and guards' hidden positions. Panic sets as the raiders retreat, but they find themselves trapped in a bottleneck and you and the guards have created. They try to fight their way out, but the guards have advantage, using their knowledge of the terrain and traps to their advantage. Ooh, okay. You join the fray, charging in with your sword, taking on any raiders who manage to slip through the traps. The fight is intense, but with the element of surprise and careful planning, you and your guards are able to overcome the raiders and capture several of them as prisoners. As the dust settles, you and the guards breathe a sigh of relief. The town is safe, and the raiders have been dealt a significant below. The bandit leader approaches you, impressed with your bravery and leadership. You have proven yourself a worthy ally, he says. I think we'll do great things together. Before the bandit leader approaches me, can I have spoken with the guards to double cross the bandits after we take out the raiders? Sure, you can speak to the guards before the bandit leader approaches, and you propose the idea of double crossing the bandits after taking out the raiders. The guards listen to your plan and nod in agreement. Once the raiders have been defeated and captured, you turn to the bandit leader, express your gratitude for his help. But before he can respond, the guard emerges from their hiding spots, turn the weapons on his remaining men. You've made a grave mistake by underestimating us. One of the guards have moved in with apprehend the bandits. We're taking you all back to stand trial for your crime. The bandit leader curses under his breath, but realizes he is outnumbered and outmatched. He and his men are taken into custody and brought to the nearest town for trial. And as you watch the bandits being taken away from you, you feel a sense of satisfaction knowing that justice has been served. The guards thank you for your help and offer a reward for bravery. You can't help but smile knowing that you've taken the first step towards becoming the hero you always wanted to be. Okay, that is a great story, I think. Like, that was really, really good. In my test, I did manage to get into actual combat where my character rolled initiative and I actually had to fight and like give my rolls. So that was interesting that it kind of simulated this out more, where it just gave us the detail of the battle. But honestly, I like this better. It does show that you're kind of creating a really cool story along with it. So honestly, guys, this is D&D. You can play D&D with the AI. Just create a story together. Poor Noliath, he didn't really get his chance at bloodshed and fight, but not only did I stop a raider, I stopped a bandit horde, and now I'm going to be able to search the castle more freely for my missing artifact. But I think this is where we're going to leave it off. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I usually post gaming stuff, but this is really fun, and if this video does well, I'm probably going to do more of these. So take care, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.